Revised agenda for the meeting? All right. Okay. It's approved. Okay, now the next point in the agenda is to approve the November 2014 ordinary assembly meeting minutes as recorded in Mexicali and posted in HOA website at eldoradoranch.com.mx. Do I have a motion to approve? Motion. Second? Discussion? Yeah. Yes, Michael?
Don't mean to wear you guys out. We got a ways to go. Can you hear me? Okay. On the agenda, it says approving this according to the HOA website and the word "and" in the Mexicali Public Registry. Huh? Hold on. You can get your turn. You got to come up to the mic. You can't speak from down there. So, I'm just throwing it out to you, maybe deep into the weeds, but you don't know what's in the Mexicali registry. You only maybe know what you've got in front of you if you downloaded it from the website. So all I'm doing is saying I don't think so, because you guys have not seen the difference between the two, and I raise that as an issue, and you're welcome to vote yes and move on with the meeting. Just point it out. All right.
Call for the question. Call for the question.
Call for the question, please.
Okay, all in favor, let's vote on it.
All in favor?
Of approving the minutes that were recorded in Mexico.
All in favor of approving the minutes as recorded in Mexicali?
Say aye.
Say aye.
Aye.
All right.
Okay.
Those not in favor? Okay. Carried by voice vote. Maybe yes. Okay, the next thing is moving of the point 8 to the point 6. The budget. The budget. Okay, wait. Okay. This is the first page that we sent to all the residents through Concord for you to review and enough time to make up your mind, find out what you want to know about the budget. Un poquito más gracias. The first part of it is the income that we are expecting from annual dues, registered owners 4,603, annual dues lease lots 313, annual dues collection December of last year, which we are not doing this year until now. And the estimated collections, TRC and resort fee. Okay, and annual dues owners is 3,830,808. Yes, yes, it's the people who is paying. No questions at this moment. We will do that. Let me go ahead. Annual dues lease lots 2,060,670. Estimated collections 386,000. TRC 30,000 and resort fees 35,000, making a total of 4,542,478. In expenses, the first explanation is the administration expenses. Salaries, administration costs, 647,710. Maintenance is 15,000. Guest services, 13,284. Collection department, 36,026. Supplies, 17,500. Utilities, 60,800, which includes gas, water, electricity, all that. And the IVA cost. The IVA cost is a sales tax that the government charges in everything we spend. So this goes directly to the government. Then we have the maintenance in administration, 12,892. In maintenance department itself, 100,191. Full expenses, 200,626. Ecology, 33,422. Grant services, 278,043. 278,043. Mechanic shop, 38,034. And the IVA cost, the sale tax, for a total of 734,427. Activities department, the administration, 82,572. Maintenance, 1,595. Supplies, 11,811. Utilities, 7,840. And for a total of 108,241. Emergency response team, administration, 59,293. Emergency response department, 563,493. City police, 12,000. This is just gasoline for the patrol car and repairs when they're necessary. We are not paying a salary to the police or a cost attached to it. IVA cost, 22,124. Then we have the indirect costs, which are the contracts, 1,687,231, and the IVA cost attached to it, 1,908,893. Total operation expenses, 4,263,045. Total capital expenditures, 276,000. And income less expenses, 3,433, for a total of 4,543,478. This budget, we are planning to increase it by 3% cost of living, which is the inflation that Mexico has gone through, and we are not taking into account the devaluation. That's another thing. Just the cost of living has increased in 3 points. So we are just leveling it up. Any questions now? Right, please.
Hi, Chuck Conrad, Spiros. I'm just questioning why what you sent out to us. I realize the numbers in the far right-hand column are the same ones you have there, but you have more detail from previous years, and then what you're showing us beyond that was not given to us. So why didn't we get all of it?
What we always send in Concord is just the first page, and that has been done for years, because each piece of paper that we add to the Concord envelope costs us a lot of money. And if we put all the budget, which is many pages, that will increase our costs incredibly high. All the details of the budget will be posted in the website. And if you don't use the website or you don't have a computer, you can go to customer services and we will be glad to create one for you.
So my question becomes then, how can we vote on something that hasn't been given to us?
Well, in the same way that you have been voting for the last 9 years.
And
Because it has been in the same way.
And it was questioned last year, and we're back in the same situation where the information isn't given to us in detail, and you're asking us to vote on it. I don't think that's really correct.
Your commentary is noted and will be included in the minutes. You're welcome. Yes, sir.
I'd like to request that the supervisors provide us with a recommendation as to whether we should approve the budget.
The agenda was designed precisely for that purpose. The report by the supervisory committee was before the discussion of the budget. There was a motion on the floor to amend the agenda. It was voted on, and that's the reason why we are going to discuss the budget and approve the budget or disapprove the budget, depending on the vote of the floor, before hearing the supervisory committee. But the original design of the agenda included the supervisory meeting report. That I'm totally in agreement with you, but that's the resolution by the Assembly.
Okay, you hear the opinion of the lawyer, that's true. That's why the supervisors always give the report first, so you can see the report that they were giving, how the budget was put together. When we are doing the budget, it's not just the HOA officials. We do it in concordance with the supervisors. They go line by line, detail by detail. It's not something that we just discretionally say, now the residents of Alderaan Ranch are going to pay this. No, the supervisors committee is that. One of the main jobs is that, to oversee what we are doing. So exactly that's why the budget done with their supervision on every line. We discuss every line of the budget, and they are suggestions that they make. We accept them, we change them when it's necessary, and if you would like to, well, let's see what.
What I would suggest is to get the supervisors inform their opinion as to whether this should be approved or not, regardless or without prejudice or without or going in the next point of the agenda, going immediately into the report. Would you like to have that opinion expressed by the supervisory committee? We exhaust this point of the agenda according to the revised agenda as resolved by the Assembly, and then we will get a full description of the report by the supervisory committee. That can resolve the issue. That's something that will work.
Do I have a motion to do what the lawyer is suggesting? Okay, so we will do that.
Second, all those in favor?
All those in favor?
So then, according to the resolution, I will ask the members of the
Supervisory committee
report to come to the front, express their opinion. We'll then vote on the budget, and then we'll get a full description of the supervisory
Yes.
report.
All right, please, Steve.
But you're going to still open it for questions after that, correct?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Steve Kinney. I'm the president of the supervisory committee, and as our attorney said, I have many slides that talk about the budget, how it was formed, what money's in there, and everything else. But since this got moved ahead of the presentation, my recommendation is that you approve it as it's been posted.
My name is Ed Jones, and we spend hours upon hours with all the management of the HOA, with the administrator, and we have meeting after meeting to look at every single line item. And the one thing that the supervisors had input on is, you can't see it now, we broke down the income so you can see every category of income. It used to just say income, right, $4 million. We want you to know where every penny comes from. And you will notice up here, there is a complete breakdown: annual dues owners, annual dues lease lots, annual dues collections December, estimated collections, TLC resort fees. That didn't used to be available to you, because we want you to know where your money comes from. And trust me, before this ever gets sent to anybody, we've had hours and hours of meetings and with both sides of the El Dorado Ranch, because we affect each other, so we have joint meetings. The supervisors universally approved this budget after many, many changes, many discussions, and some arguments, quite frankly. And we finally got it approved for your approval. And I hope you understand that we worked hard for it.
My name is Bob Miller. Wanted to, as one of the supervisors, wanted to say that a year ago, the budget was completely and totally reviewed by the management team and the supervisors. There were many line items and issues with the budget that we basically kind of suggested that we overhaul how we do the budget. So what was agreed upon was that the budget would be modeled after a zero-sum budget, which basically means that for every single line item, it must be justified. Then the expense of every single line item must be confirmed as well as justified and adjusted to meet the needs that we were examining, that we were anticipating 18 months in advance, 12 to 18 months in advance. It just so happened that the country of Mexico adopted the same budget process that we did, only they did it a year after we did it. So the budget is carefully reviewed, line item by line item. Give you an example, the red dirt replacement. Absolute priority, it's allocated at $50,000 a year, minus we have to pay 60% tax on the purchase of that dirt, so our effective purchase of dirt is only about $43,000. But it is committed, it's in the budget, it is committed, and it is an ongoing project. Prior to the 2015 budget, it was pretty hit and miss, and I think all of you who drove the dirt roads could see that. And we don't have the financial resources to fix all the roads in 1 year, but at $50,000 a year, and it stays there year after year, then the roads will be brought back up to the condition that we all expect them to be, and they will be maintained at that level. So that's what I have to say. Oh, do I agree with the budget? Yes.
Okay, I understand there's a couple of questions regarding the budget, which is the item on the agenda. Do we have questions? Please come forward.
Tom Garland, Buena Vista. I realize you guys, did your job and looked into things. And when I look at the budget, administration, $854,000 went up. Maintenance, which is pool and road, $734,000 went down. Emergency response, the crime rate's up at San Felipe. And, but it shows that $656,000 for emergency response went down. Okay, so then the contracts went up. There's reasons for that. I'm just looking at the total. I'm not trying to nitpick. So total operations is $4.2 million, and if you look at capital expenditures, total capital expenditures is only $276,000. So I see an upside down budget. I'd like to see administration costs go down and emergency response, go up, or maintenance go up. In this economy and the Mexican economy struggling, again, the workers haven't had a pay increase. Yet the administration, you know, is running $854,000 of the CAM contract, and I don't have the numbers here. I'm just going on the little sheet that we get. I think administration costs should be going down, and this other service costs should be going up, and we get more services. So based on this, without seeing more numbers, I wouldn't approve the budget.
I have some questions regarding your numbers there, Mr. Eastless. If you could go back to the top of the page where it's talking about income. In the 2016 budget, the top two numbers there totaled up to $4,091,000. You see what I'm talking about? Dues from owners and dues from, what is it, leased lots?
These lots, yes.
Okay, so those two numbers total $4,091,000. You're projecting this year that we're going to collect $4,126,000. Now, we're getting a 3% raise in our dues, so why isn't the income for 2016 3% more than what we're collecting this year?
Well, the composition, let me bring Lalo, please. He is the financial guy here. Because I want that whatever he explains is exact.
Well, I'm Lalo Garcia, and I work for the financial office in HOA. The question about the incomes, Charlie, is because every year we work with a budget, with a number that we have current in the concourse system. That number of owners change every month. But usually, when you see here the number of owners, maybe it's a different like last year. I don't have with me the budget last year. But that difference is for that reason. We use the numbers, it's estimated numbers. Well, for that reason, we use real numbers in the time. If we saw there 5,000 owners, well, I assume the 5,000 owners pay. And I work with that numbers. I'm not comparing this number with this number. It's different time, different number of owners. For that reason, it's not the number is not relation with number with another number. We use the information that we have in that moment.
Thank you, Lalo. That's what I thought was the problem. We have fewer people paying their dues, and we're still getting a 3% increase. But I look back to 2014, and you don't have the 2014 column on this piece of paper. You do have it on the budget that's on the internet. And I looked at the total amount of income for 2014, and it was $4,089,000. It was $2,000 less than this year. So what we're really saying here is that our income in 2016 is going to be the same as it was in 2014. And if that's the case, we've lost over 1,000 owners that are not paying their dues. Our dues have gone up 26%. Our dues are going up 26% over that time period, and we're still having the same amount of money of income to pay for our expenses. This is a problem. Well, I'm surprised the supervisors here hadn't pointed that out.
I don't see that like a problem because we are working with real numbers, we are working with real information. Yes, you are right. In 2014, this number is a real number, the actual number in 2014. We had $4,096,000. Well, now we are working with the numbers of 2015. We are estimating a 2.4 million for this year. Is our number to estimation number. And the same thing for 2016. We're estimating that we will have 4.5 million. But we're working with the number that we have.
I understand.
You are doing some comparison, but to work with your question, we need to sit down in my desk and check line by line, check the paper, check why we use this number, why we use another number. It's not too easy to explain you here with no paper in the hands.
No, I'm not asking for an explanation. I understand what you're saying because I worked with you before a number of years ago and with Cliff Allman. And I understand exactly what you're saying. I'm just trying to point this out to the folks here because they did not get all of the information on the budget. And that the information I'm talking about here isn't readily available to them. The other thing I want to point out.
Yes, it is. It's available to every single person here by going on the internet.
Yes, that's correct.
So you can't say it was withheld.
How many people here have gone to the internet together?
Okay, that's their responsibility.
Excellent.
It was
Excellent.
not withheld.
Excellent. I retract my statement.
Right.
Thank you for correcting me. No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I'm just saying that a lot of people didn't know how to do that. And I have one other question to ask you here on the budget. And it goes down to each of these expenses that Mr. Eastlis talked about. You talk about the administration expenses. They're about even with 2015. We're going to spend about as much on administration in 2016 as we did in 2015. In maintenance, we're going to spend in 2016 5% less than we had budgeted in 2015. In activities, can you scroll down a little bit further, please? In activities there, I can't read the numbers, but it's 12% less. We're going to get 12% less spent on activities this coming year than we did this year. And on emergency response, it's going to be 6% less. So that we're paying 3% more for our dues, but we're getting 4% less in our services on the ranch. And then we're going to, and then if you go down, excuse me, Mr. Miller, if you go down a little bit farther to the indirect costs, the indirect costs, can you see that? Can you go down a little bit farther? The indirect cost there, I believe it's $1.9 million. That's a 6.4% increase over 2015. Can you explain to me what is costing more money than indirect cost?
Well, the first thing I want to tell you and everybody here is the number that you see in the 2015, we used the rate that 12.5 by 1. The dollar, the exchange rate for the dollar, 12.5 by each dollar. In 2016, we are using 15 pesos for each dollar. That's the difference. Because the line items are the same, the activities, well, we are working in some new activities, but the big difference that you can see there is the exchange rate.
Well, we're talking dollars here. We're talking dollars in 2015 and dollars in 2016. So it's the same, dollars to dollars. Could you tell me what other items could...
It's not the same because a big part of this is a payroll. And we need pesos to pay payroll.
Okay.
We need pesos
Yes.
to pay a lot of our vendors to use here in Mexico. We have payments in dollars too.
Okay, I understand.
But that difference you are talking about, the 3% and 4%, the most important thing to happen that is for exchange rate.
Okay. Do you have the page there that shows a breakdown of the indirect costs?
Yes.
Do you have it on the page, on the screen? I'm almost finished. The point I'm trying to make here is that on the indirect costs, what has gone up the most there? Which items have gone up the most? It's kind of hard to see, but for those folks that got this off the internet, you have a copy of it. You can take a look and see that the 3 companies that we pay under contract for managing our ranch is going to get $1,071,000 in 2016, and in 2014 they took $882,000, and our income is the same for both of these years. So it looks like we're going to pay 3% more, and we're going to get 4% less in services, and we're going to pay 6% more for our administration costs. And I think that stinks, and I don't think anybody here will try to even think about voting for that. I'm finished.
Okay, I promise, I'm gonna make it real short. Hey, I mean, sorry, I'm really sorry that you guys are, you know what? We're really, I was an ex-supervisor. I appreciate what the supervisors have done. They have gone over it extensively, so, you know, I'm not at odds with them on the nickel and dime stuff. So, good to go there. Okay, I'm trying to get the point. Can I have the pointer? You don't have one. Okay, so if you go to the contracts, here's my comment, and then I don't have a question, I just have a comment. The comment is, if you looked at the contracts, that's the largest amount of money that we spend in this place.
47%.
Okay, so wouldn't it make sense to kind of line item by line item the contracts? So what I'm suggesting to all of you, according to the attorney, you have the right to review the contracts, and if the contracts seem okay to you, they're good to go, then we're all right. Because when we want to have a debate about the contract section, we don't have the contracts in front of us, do we? We have no idea what the contracts say. So it's kind of, to me, unfair to vote on a huge part of the budget in which you don't really know what the contracts are about. Hold on, you'll get your chance, please. You gotta come to the mic.
Motion to order.
No, I'm speaking. You can have a question up here, please. Respect me. So the contracts are something that you really ought to know about because that's where the big monies are, okay? If you're happy with the contract, then maybe you're happy with all the other minutia that's there. But that's what you gotta do. So get a hold of the contracts, look them over. The next suggestion I have for our next meeting, even though it costs a little bit more, Roberto, let's have everybody have the details here, because I see people straining, trying to figure out what they're seeing over here. And if they didn't get it off the internet, if they didn't get it somewhere, we should all have the exact one that's up on the screen. That's my final comment.
Okay, let me clear something up quick. Can you hear me okay? Let me tell you the mistake that was made just now. You put the budget before the supervisor's freaking report, and we've answered 90% of the questions in the supervisor's report. That's why all these dumb questions up here. If we would have left the agenda as it was, and I'm very angry, we spent a lot of time putting the report together for you. And when you hear the report, you'll see there's certain things. Cost of living here has gone up over 40%. Your dues have gone up 20% in 10 years. That has to go on and on and on. So please, let's go on down to the supervisor's report and get this damn thing done.
Just to clarify a couple of issues. That's why there is a supervisory committee. You know, they revise and review line by line all again. It is impractical and impossible to do that exercise, that same exercise with every single one of you. That's why the information is posted on the website for you to inform yourself. That's why you appointed a supervisory committee. They have done the job, and if former members of the supervisory committee would want to do that exercise, they are free to access the website, review line by line of the budget. What I would like to do is to give you the impression or to allow the idea that there is no transparency here. All the information is made available to you. You are being represented by the supervisors. They have done their work. They have a report for you on their activities, and every line of the budget is reviewed and revised, and you are entitled and have free access to it, and you can review it as you wish, as you can do it. So, any other questions on this item?
The agenda was set up in an order that built from one item on the agenda to another item on the agenda. The supervisor's report was to address issues with the budget. I'm just wondering out loud whether or not there was a concerted decision to change the agenda so that certain questions could be asked before the supervisors had an opportunity to present all of this information that had occurred in the last 12 months. So I call the question.
Not at all.
Okay. Is there another question? No? Okay. Do I have a motion to approve? Second.
Point of order. You call the question, you have to vote on the question first before you vote on the vote.
My question?
You call the question.
Oh, I called for the question to vote, so let him,
You have to vote on the question.
He'll verbalize it.
Point of order.
All in favor? Those not in favor? Okay, the motion passed. The motion carried. The budget has been approved by voice, and we went to the next point.
Point of order, he called the question. Robert's rules of order, you call the question, you vote on the question.
I withdraw the question.
Call the question.
I withdraw the question. If I made the question, I'm withdrawing it. Objection over. Objection over.
Objection. Okay.
Once it's voted on, you cannot withdraw the question. So all it does is end the vote, the discussion.
My question wasn't voted on.
Yes, it was.
No. Well, it was. Okay.
Once it's voted on, it can't be withdrawn. All it did was end the discussion.
Okay. No, he called to ask the budget to be approved. It takes.
The question has been withdrawn. We have a motion to approve the budget. Motion to approve. We have second. Discussion has been exhausted on the budget. Any other questions or comments? Let's move to vote on the budget then. By ballot.
people council then fill it up. Please go ahead.
You guys can sit here and argue until the cows come home. Myself, for every percent of the dues increase, 15% of it goes to CAM. So CAM's contract is going, there's more money going into CAM every time. Now, he could sign a waiver. He could get an attorney and sign a waiver and not pay that extra 15%. But he won't do that. So just go ahead and pay CAM.
All right, now we are in the voting session. The clerks are picking up the ballots, so let's go with that, and then we will count the ballots.
Who's collecting? Denise and ¿Tú estás recogiendo? ¿Te ayudo?